So I have an urgent message for you. I lost my parental rights last year, and on September the 2nd is when the order came in, a few months after the hearing for the termination of parental rights. And pretty much, the judge just let CPS have their way, and all the evidence that I submitted was never even mentioned in his order, or anywhere pretty much that I've seen. It was never mentioned. Like the DA for CPS mentioned it one time, and that was it. And I had an appeal in since then, but that got denied this past month from the Court of Appeals, and the attorney that was representing me on that said that she could no longer represent me because she didn't feel like it fit the criteria for being a matter of public interest. And I'm like, well, you're wrong. I have a YouTube channel. People were very upset about this. Of course, looking back now, there's not as much activity going on with those videos as I would have liked. There is over 1,000 views, but there's not enough comments about it. There's not enough showing of outrage for this corrupt system that we have, which I'm not saying all CPS is corrupt. I'm sure you noticed, if you've been with me long enough, that the video of my son crying for me was taken down, and the reason why is because the judge ordered me to after he took my visits from me. Or rather, CPS took my visits, and he said to get my visits back to take the video down, and then never gave me my visits back. And now my rights have been terminated, and I'm going against I'm asking for a petition for discretionary review. I have filed that with the NC Supreme Court because that attorney couldn't, and every attorney I found said that they couldn't, and the couple that did said it was like $10,000, $30,000 for them to do it. So I ended up doing it myself and barely got it submitted in time. I also got it sent in to the DSS, their attorney, guardian ad litem, and their attorney. But the only thing after this is the U.S. Supreme Court, so I really, really need you guys to help me get this out there and get people talking about this and get people commenting on this video, because this is it. And we need to show them that this is a matter of public interest and that people do care. And like I wrote in my petition to them, that if I could lose my parental rights, anybody could. And it's that simple. If they're going to take your parental rights because you stubbed your foot one night, then everybody is going to lose their kids. Almost everyone in my county has. Mind you, half of them are on drugs that I know of. But I was not. There was no drugs in my case. There was nothing. I hadn't done anything. And yet someone could file a police report and they charge you with child neglect. And then, even though it was thrown out because there was no evidence of child neglect, CPS can still say these are neglected children. She was charged with child neglect. And it's like, okay, charged, not convicted. And I pointed that out in the petition too. I also brought up how the social worker, the one that I have right now, and has been on it for the last couple years, she told me that she was only for adoption with anyone but family. And that's not been brought up. Like, none of my attorneys ever brought that up. And someone needs to know about that. And we were still in reunification. Like, the plan was for the kids to come back home with me. And she out and out told me she was not going to do that no matter what I did. And unlike what they want to say, this is not a march or some kind of effort against CPS. I'm not against CPS per se, although it is a corrupt system or has become corrupt. Any system over time will become corrupt or have corruption in it. I'm specifically saying this particular case has been treated with high amounts of corruption, and the people involved are highly corrupt. But I'm not saying all people that work at DSS are bad. I'm not saying that. As a matter of fact, from the North Carolina Department of Health and Human Services, they make the guidelines for CPS in our state, and the guidelines that they have are wonderful if they were followed. But unfortunately, it seems like Wilkes County is not following those guidelines, and neither are the courts. So I really need y'all to help me make this a matter of public opinion. I am also going to call some news stations and try to talk to them about this, because we need to get this out there. This country, there's not going to be any parent, any biological parent raising their own child in this country if we do not stand up to them now, you know. I mean, this is just one case, and there's many other cases like mine where families were ripped apart forever because they did not have the means to keep fighting, or they were just basically getting screwed left and right by everyone that was supposed to be helping them. And so I really need you guys to help me get this video out there, comment on it, share it. And I'm sorry I hadn't talked to you guys about this sooner, but I was hoping with the appeal being in that the next video I would make is, hey, my kids are coming back home, yay. But that didn't happen. They denied my appeal. So anyway, let's get this video out there, and I will do my best. I know I've said this before, but I'm really going to try to do my best to keep up with making videos and keeping you updated about this case. So whenever I call or write the news and they respond, I will let you know what they say. So anyway, can't really say I hope you enjoyed this video, but, and I know it was not very entertaining, but that's not the point. I really hope that you plan on getting involved in this, because this is I feel, a very serious matter of public interest that needs to be addressed, and we need to show the courts that people do care. People are not going to turn a blind eye to the cry, a deaf ear to the cries of children and a blind eye to corruption in these courts and in our local CPS departments. We're not going to do it anymore. So comment, like, share, get as many people as you can watching this video. And I hope you and your families are doing well. I certainly don't wish anything like this to happen to anybody else, even my worst enemy. And I'm also asking y'all for your prayers, and I am praying for each and every one of you, and praying for the family every single day, and praying for my babies, for their safety and protection, and for God to guard their hearts as well in this, and that they will come home one day. I don't care how long it is. I know, that they are going to come home. I don't care if it's 18 years. They are going to come home. And I pray that for me and for anyone else that is also going through this. And, God bless you guys. I really need your support now more than ever. So like and share, and thank you for listening.